My company is Adirondack Premier Properties in Lake Placid, and our focus is pretty multifaceted. We do a lot of residential, we do some commercial. We specialize in waterfront, definitely the high-end properties in the Adirondacks, but also in the residential properties that are very modestly priced, as well as some of the $5 and $6 and $8 million homes. I think that auctions are pretty still unknown to the common broker owner. But my husband and I are big auction people. We buy art. We go to auctions. We like to buy antiques and paintings. So I was more familiar with auctions and the sense of urgency it created, and competition and excitement. So I started to look into the possibility of auctioning a couple of our listings that were languishing, or possibly that were so unique that I didn't think a traditional type of sale was going to work. So at that point, understanding that I was going to place the trust of my homeowner in the hands of an auction company, I decided the best thing I had to do, and the next step was to fly out to Williams. I was very impressed with the fact that the meetings were one right after the other in the conference room. Your owners, Dean Williams and Pam McKessick, came in to meet me, and it was amazing. It was just a terrific experience, and I went back to Lake Placid feeling confident that this was the best company.
I was just so impressed, as Margie said, with the professionalism and the people, the quality of the people, the tools at your disposal. It was very impressive.
Yeah. Your videography team alone is impressive. They flew out and they did the pre-shooting of all the camps with all the greatest equipment and cameras and aerial photography. And so we did our first auction a few years ago on Lake Placid in a multi-million-dollar house. The woman that owned it was a worldwide and known, recognized artist who was very nervous about the stigma and the perception that she was in financial trouble, which wasn't the case. But in fact, it was just a home she wasn't using much, and she was traveling the world in shows, and she was alone, and she just felt like it was too much property for her and she wasn't using it. Sold it successfully, and everything went beautifully. All of a sudden, the other homeowners, took notice on the lake that haven't sold yet, and were, wow, let's talk to, Adirondack Premier Properties, maybe we should be auctioning. I feel that we have partnered now with Williams & Williams. I see it as something that I will try and incorporate into my yearly sales every year.
I just feel like we have a great future going forward with Williams & Williams, and I love this platform because there's a real need for it, and it works.
So I think our experience has been great, and going forward, it feels like Williams & Williams is part of my company, and I feel like I'm part of theirs.